Your brain can actually trick you into not seeing it. Like, this video is gonna get you fired up. I'm calling this video Believe It Before You See It, because we have to believe before we see. My husband, he came home one time after going out to buy water, and he's frantically looking for something. He's opening all the drawers. He is looking under my bed, looking under our bed, looking under the couch, even looking in some of my purses, trying to work. I'm trying to get things done, and he's making all this ruckus and noise. So finally I say, what are you looking for? He says, I'm looking for my keys. He said, after I came in, brought the water in, my keys disappeared. And so he's kind of freaking out. He only, I think, has that one because I think he lost his other one a long time ago. I say, look, babe, you'll find it. Go take your shower. That's what he usually does when he gets home. We'll find it. Don't worry. Like, it's here. It has to be here. You drove here, right? So I try to encourage him, and finally he just says whatever, and he goes and takes his shower. But he's kind of irritated. Comes out of the shower and he says, did you find it? If you're not married, maybe you don't know, but maybe in any relationship, I don't know. But there's this expectation in marriage that if one partner loses something, the other partner has to help find it. like you don't ask, it's just an expectation. You gotta help. Right. Well, he comes out, he said, did you find it? And I said, no, because to be honest, I was working. I wasn't really looking for it. I was busy. And so, he comes out, asks me, did you find it? So at that point, I'm like, okay, he needs help. So I'm like, did you look outside? On your way in, you might have dropped it. And he said, yeah, I looked outside. I looked everywhere. I cannot find it. And I said, well, let me just go look again. Let me go look outside again. So I go look outside. I take my phone camera. And I'm looking for a little while, I'm pretty confident that it's out there just because he looked all over the house. He was frantically looking all over the house. So and he said he looked in his car. So I'm like, okay, it has to be out here. That's the main thing that would happen. So in my mind, I was pretty, had believed that it was out there. I found it and I brought it inside, and he said, where was it? How did you find it? And I said, it was outside. And he said, well, I looked outside. And I said, well, you didn't look hard enough. And he said, I didn't really believe that it was out there. And that's when this video hit me. It's like, I gotta make this. This is so good. Because he didn't believe that his key was out there, his brain tricked him into not even seeing it. Even though when I went out there, it wasn't like it was in a bush. Like, it was pretty unhidden. And he didn't see it, because he had already went out there believing that it wasn't out there. That's amazing to me, that your brain can literally, if you don't believe it, if you don't visualize it, if there's something that you want, a good husband, a good man, if you want healthy relationships, if you want good career, a successful job, better income, something in your life that you want, that you desire, but you don't believe it, you don't visualize it, your brain can actually trick you into not seeing it, into not finding it, because that's how the brain works. I think about the Bible, how it says that we were made in the image of God. God, if you read Genesis, all of this stuff you see in the world, land, water, he spoke all of that into existence. God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let there be darkness, and there was darkness. God said, let there be the light separated from the dark, and let there be stars, and let there be land, and let there be whatever, water. And he spoke it. That's how we have this beautiful creation of the world, of the earth that we're in today, because God spoke it. And then in the Bible it says that we were created in the image of God, right? So in order for God to have spoke something into existence, he had to first believe that it could be. He had to visualize it in his mind before he spoke it. And God says that in the Bible that we were made in his image. So what does that mean? That we have the ability to do the same exact thing, right? You have to first visualize yourself with a good man. I feel like a lot of people who say, oh, all men are dogs. Oh, all men are no good. Oh, every guy I meet is blah, blah, blah. Every person who says that, usually they're single, or they have huge trust issues, or they're not happy in the current relationship that they're in, right? Because they don't even believe that there's a good man out there. I just want to encourage you all today. Visualize what you want, whatever it is, believe it. Because if you trick your mind into believing, first of all, if you don't believe, your mind is in a state of unbelief. And the unbelief, according to like saying that something actually won't happen, you're actually putting that into the world. You're using your authority and your power to say, that's not going to happen. What happens? It doesn't happen because your mind doesn't believe it. Trick your mind or make your mind, control your mind. The Bible says that we need to have self-control, right? We need to control our mind. We need to cast every negative thought out. Because why in the Bible, honestly, it talks so much about mindset and thinking good thoughts, pure thoughts, healthy thoughts, believing thoughts, faith thoughts. It talks so much about the mind. And I believe that it's for that reason. Because if we don't believe something, we'll never see it. If we don't visualize something, we'll never see it. If we don't believe it, we'll never see it. So I want to encourage you today. Think healthy thoughts. Think positive thoughts. If you're having a hard time, read certain books, listen to certain motivational, inspirational podcasts, or like even this video is good, it's going to give you the foundation that you need to really dive into that positive thinking, thinking that the glass is half full and not half empty. That's where you need to keep your mind. Stop focusing on what's wrong, what's negative, what will never go right. And start focusing on what's positive, what's good, what will and absolutely can go right. Shift your mind and you'll shift your life. Believe it before you see it.